Turn 80, annoyingly, Frederick has attacked with an agent here and done some damage, which is annoying. Doesn't actually slow down the inquiry that much. It's only minus 22%, and the queen alone is 110%, so I'm not going to actually bother healing the city because it's not slowing it down at all, and it would take 3 turns to heal, so he would be able to attack again. Instead, I've reconfigured my agent around, and I'm having it do the same thing, so to slow down his inquiry, because I'm annoyed. So, like, that's not cool, man. Let's not do the inquiry wars. And his governor only has 2 charisma, so as I guess he's running the Elder Poet growth center here. So he's equalizing on it's an interesting strategy there. Double Elder Poet, Elder Monk Farmer on growth strategy. I could have also gone for it, but did not. The queen alone is carrying it. And could, very much could consider Elder Poet. Yeah, so ideas, I guess. Do not have a worker to improve Parsa, so probably missed out on that. But yeah, the Elder Poet would help, but don't necessarily need it because the queen alone is pretty amazing with Eloquent. And yeah, his Elder Poets contribute 6 each from 6 citizens. I think I mentioned that earlier in another review, then just didn't do anything about it. Probably should have had another worker here. Maybe I'll send one of the workers from Hatra down to the south to improve at some point. Yeah, get some Odeons potentially. Or could just go directly to Amphitheater, I think. I guess I need all of them. So, right, theater requires enables Amphitheater. Oh, okay, I see. Odeon enables theater. So yeah, you do need them. But we can go along the coast here and grab those horses. Otherwise, continuing military build-up here, ended up rushing with orders. This Cataphect Archer, although the city's pretty decent production-wise. Going to get cohorts and then upgrade these 3 warriors. Probably should produce some more. There's a 4th warrior there. We got a marauder there. So gonna go cohorts. I see some spears, some elite Amazon cavalry, and I saw some Kushites. He is on 7 lots, so at some point somewhere he should upgrade them. Oh yeah, he's building Kushites, but these are still light chariots, so presume he's going to upgrade that at some point. I'm not sure why he hasn't. And here is a Kushite, so maybe it's coming back down and it's getting upgraded turn by turn. Not sure. Looks like he's building a settler to settle here. I think I'm good with settling. Just trying to get some of these cities up. Had one of the river flooding events here, so we'll have to repair that. But feeling okay. Of course, can never discount Frederick if not won a game against him. So yeah, I think once I have cohorts, I will feel a lot better. Might even try to push in. I have route. He doesn't really have a route. So he's getting a stronghold there. Just having this. I also felt safe with that scout there. I can just, if I need to, pop it back in. So to deal with the treachery of agents, trying to get officers up everywhere. This one's probably going to produce unique unit, or maybe swordsman. We'll see. Let's take a look here at the timeline. So since turn 70, all the way back here, we founded Keturah, this city on the coast here. Discovered citizenship. We founded Christianity in Sardis. Discovered Campo, founded Ortispana, this city. I actually founded this city first, then this city. Discovered machinery. Got the ambition controlling 4 agent networks. Discovered hydraulics. Also founded Hatra. For here, finally, this is a free city spot. Kind of sad to not have founded that until very late, but so be it. Just scouting fail. Started the Colossus here, I feel like that potentially will be great for getting an extra level on that. I think it stacks with the officer levels. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we'll probably want to consider Acropolis in Parsa at some point, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Getting there, stone-wise. So probably going to improve all three of these. We'll see. And yeah, so battle line and line consolidation discovered. And now we got the ambition 3 citadels that completed here. This got citadel completed. We're getting our range here. And yeah, these 2 cities are online now. And ambitions, I haven't seen any good ones since. Succession is assured, and our heir is an orator, which is very, very nice. We may consider abdicating at some point if we get into war and have need of orders. Having an orator in the back pocket to accompany the scholar is actually very, very nice. Although we are getting archives everywhere, so probably don't want to necessarily do that quite yet, since archives of the scholar leader are 2 a turn, which is very, very nice. Tech tree, we covered the text that we got over here. So yeah, cohorts is the current target. Then, not really sure. Could see a case for going Latin sale. Could see a case for going barding. Either is fine. Let's take a look, see what he has. He does have a maceman. See an archer. The chariot. So he doesn't have stirrups. See where are some land consolidation resources to see whether he has land consolidation. That is unimproved, so that implies he does not have land consolidation. Just trying to gauge the chance of pikemen. I mean, I'll have cohorts into barding is not that big a deal. So I think, given that we don't really need dromons, like here, there's no inland sea to fight over. I think tech-wise, we go for barding, especially since we are rocking 3 inquiry pumps right here. If we go sort by cities by civics, Parse at 68, Nishapur actually second at 43, Shiraz at 38, because I put our heir here, an orator, that's why she's so high, and Yazdi at 32. This one, not that great. Finally getting a courthouse up, and then getting a bunch of officers up. Festival here because I want to get a range up so I can build an apprentice range thing. I guess I could upgrade, but I yeah, don't really have a judge here, so nothing to upgrade with right now. So yeah, feeling-ish, okay-ish. Looks like the conflict will be in the north. Nowhere else are we super close. There's like tons of terrain here. I haven't scouted him. I guess I could potentially consider infiltrating. We'll see where he's founded. He is currently at 12 cities to my 14, so would be surprised if he had founded here and here. I guess the mirror of this is there's a city here spot and here, so I'd be surprised if he founded there. Let's see, looks like he's getting ready to found here. I'm not going to found because I've got my peace with my Scythians. So I feel like conflict here. Probably once I get cohorts, I will make a push. Potentially you can wait for barding as well. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so we'll have to play it by ear once I get cohorts and upgrade and see what my cities are like. Yeah, I do kind of like going for barding here, but we'll have to keep an eye using agents to see whether or not he is picking up, importantly, longbowmen, or if we see any improved resources from land consolidation, which would also be a tell. So we do have land consolidation resources improved, I think, somewhere. We do have land consolidation. Yeah. So not too many to improve, actually. I guess that one is the mirror. So this city's mirror would be this city. Somewhere here. Not sure. On the inland of the lake. So guess there's lavender somewhere down here. Okay, so yeah. Laws-wise, he's on 8. I'm on 8, so same as 8 laws as before. Wonders-wise, yep, just that Colossus getting underway. Probably going to try to get Acropolis-ish. He's going to massively beat me to Legendary. In fact, he's getting it next turn. So could be expecting Circus Maximus, could be expecting Pantheon from him, and there's nothing I can do about it. Family opinion, pretty happy. Everyone's great. Nothing too worried about. Would like to get honey up and running, so probably should consider improving honey somewhere. I did see a honey resource somewhere, so yeah, we were already improving it here. So Sardis, honey, I'll turn 82. Just taking some notes. Yeah. Potentially honey, also para is probably a better source of honey. Although we can easily rush out a specialist with the judge there, not a big deal. And we're trying to get double elders here, so and then we'll do one more apprentice, and then that city's ready to produce. It has horses, so it's pretty good. Cities by training, 39, 33, 39, 33, Sardis. So we're gonna actually click on these. Yep. And then Ectabana is coming online. Really, none of the other cities are very training heavy. So Para is potentially coming online, and yeah, Sardis. So these 3 are going to be the primary ones producing. Source of science, 219 science. Yazdi from the Intelligent Scholar. Carmenia, just from a bunch of specialists. 8 elder specialists, and then Constitution giving me some as well, or 2 from elder specialists. The governor, I guess, also has a lot of wisdom. Carmania over here, sorry. Sardis, similarly. Yeah, and then Parsa, although again, increase, we are at 10 increase in this city, and 10 increase in this city, and 1 increase in this city. He, as far as I can tell, has not really run an increase. He's at 4 increase, so he's catching up, but and no increase here. Oh, he does have honey. No, without improvements. Okay, so he doesn't have honey yet. And no increase here yet. So we're way ahead in tech. As you can see, he's naive, and he started ahead because of doctrine. So yeah, but again, never count Frederick out. I feel a lot better once I get cohorts, because then I can push in. And if he only has spears, then that might be a great timing attack. Just bringing everything over, if we rush this out, can be very, very, very dangerous for him. Yeah, because I mean, he is similar though, so I'd like to get to stronger. Yeah, but I think I'm almost fully coming online production-wise. His training, as far as I can tell, 27. I did have vision here, but I lost it because I moved the agent around. I don't recall how much training he had there. Here, this is not going to be significant training, so nothing too serious there. So yeah, we're up 2 cities, up tech-wise. So feel get cohorts, and then potentially we go with four swordsmen, and then like followed by our slinger and Lydian cavalry, and yeah, like it's gonna be a lot of units. It's gonna be hard for him to deal with. And doesn't look like he has a great reinforcement. Oh, he's got a decent reinforcement line. He's getting some Kushites, so could be challenging. We'll see. Definitely no rush to attack either. We are ahead. I do expect him to drop some legendary wonders there, so potentially attacking before those kick in would be very valuable. This again is super frustrating because there's nothing I can do against it apart from just counterattack. My mill score went up from 21 to 34, so we are ramping. Probably want to keep ramping. Orders, Persia, very good for orders, 60, so doing great there. And science, really going to the stratosphere, 1655 to 234. So that's very good. Family opinion, everyone's been super happy. Doesn't matter since we have orators, so I think, yeah, these guys finally converted. That also helps. We don't have orators yet, but if we did, it's important to have tons of family happiness. And lastly, stats-wise, improvements are at 26 workers, 26 specialists, 8 apprentice officers, 1 master, 4 elder officers, 2 elder monks, no elder poets. Definitely miss there on my part, not getting the elder poet up and running in the capital. Bunch of improvements. Yeah, econ feels pretty good. Again, feeling better than I have in any other game against Frederick at this point. But it is Frederick. He's very strong. So I feel much better once I get cohorts and can push in with that. And once I get all these cities officered up so that they can contribute to the effort. And yeah, get as many production cities going as possible. I think I'll keep rushing Kata archers here as long as I can with orders, especially since I'm floating a lot of extra orders. Don't really see point investing in boats for a very small lake, especially since this is a flat land, easy to get across. So yeah, feel like I'm going to attack over here in the next 10 turns or so. We'll see. And just very briefly, his ruler is the architect from building improvements. My ruler is the noble from a bunch of stuff. So 32 specialists trained. Yeah, so that's all visible, which is a little awkward. But yeah. All right, see you in 10 turns.
Turn 80. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit off, but I managed to catch a cold. Anyway, let's look at the timeline first. We picked up an ambition to enact Holy War, which we're going to grab on the way to Cataphracts. Should finish in time for our current queen. Picked up Compo. He picked it up way before us, since he's still up in science. Battle line, basically everything. Metaphysics and cartography. We got our first textile off a turn ago. He began the construction of the Colossus, which is quite interesting. I'm assuming he had more iron than stone, otherwise I would have thought he would start the Acropolis instead. But he's trying, the city he's building it is where he has the hunting shrine, so he can get 2 levels on his Cataphract archers. Assuming he will still be building them once this finishes. It's still about, I think, 10 turns away now, and getting close to real Cataphracts. Our previous ruler died. Like, he was very ill, and he just, as I assumed, he just became Doom and died. Then 2 turns later. So yeah. Then, as I mentioned, in terms of science, he's currently still learned. When our first steel research finished, we pushed him back to competent quick for a bit. Hopefully that went away as his turn started, so he wasn't allowed to start his own steel research. But since it's probably because his inquiry finished, so he shouldn't have done this, or could have started steel research. We started our treachery missions. The first one failed, but the agent network stayed intact, and the second one succeeded. Fortunately, it's not too much. It costs him about 20%, but since all these percentage modifiers add up additively, that's basically negating his courthouse only. But we take every little thing we can get. Still running the next one. He's opting not to repair, which is probably the right move. But we'll have to see. Like, he cannot rush his inquiries right now while the city is damaged. That's at least one thing, but there's not much. I don't think there's much rushing going on. They're quite expensive to rush. On the military front, just let us look at the science quickly while we're talking about it. So We are almost done with stirrups, basically next turn. We know he doesn't have horsemen unlocked, so he doesn't have that finished. We know he has these two. He's building mills and he has ballistas available. I haven't seen him build any groves, but none of the cities I can look into have camels or elephants, so I don't know quite if he has land consolidation. And I don't see any lumber mills from him anywhere, so he might not even have forestry right now. So between, it's like 200 science, so he's about 800 science up from us to us. I'm surprised he went down this route. I mean, he has a scholar, so he can reroll. So I'm surprised there's not many good mill spots. He's building one here to boost this marble, which will increase his civics output here. We're both building increasingly cities. We also both got a random ministry from an event. Those require usually strong culture, but we both have those, so we both got the same event. Probably, or most likely. So in this front, we are both building like the one, like he has his very strong ruler for his inquiries, but we are going to be getting legendary culture next turn, which means we will get one level of inquiries better. And we also can start our palace. Probably not directly. We have one worker that's currently waiting, but he will be starting the Circus Maximus next turn. We have enough stone accumulated to build another wonder. And the Acropolis is tempting. Like the civics is nice, but it comes too late to matter much. This is mostly for the orders for Forum. But I think since our primary heir got Orator ahead of time from a study event, we have our orders covered, I think. So I don't think we will be going much later than this ruler. So looking to get the Circus Maximus. It's a long build time, but might pay off for building cataphracts. Like we were way ahead of, like we're getting it next turn, and he's like 40 turns away. He didn't build his holy site yet. There's no holy site listed here like this, like it is for us. We have the Temple of Solomon for 20%, but also we built our Odeon line in here with 2 poets, so that's a ton of culture. But still behind in science. We did pick up intelligent, so our base science should probably be higher than his. But the increase that he's pumping out is making up all the difference. In terms of military, he has moved his Carafact archers up this turn. So I can see 5 right now. He's listed as similar still. I had 4 Kushites that I've just killed some more units here, especially since once I got the infiltrate finished, I saw that he has grabbed some newer cities here. There's not much in terms of improvements. Like we can see here is a bit of infrastructure. Also, this one got settled even later since it wasn't revealed at that time. So we have also gone back, queued up a few settlers to settle a few more city sites. Like this one here, we can settle. This payment will finish this off. We have this one cleared. There's also this legacy which is still ticking. There's bringing this one back to deal with this. Our elite Amazon with the regular Amazon cavalry. And this, then we're at 12, so we're probably trying to lure some of these units up, or some of these units, since we can hide in the forests here with our spearmen. I can't really afford to keep these Kushites around down here, since he's moved up now. I have 4 right now. Since I'm floating quite a few, I was at the civics cap, I rushed out another one. There's another one, about a third finished in here. We also have 1 light chariot coming up. We'll be going back to upgrade, and 1 in 4 turns here. We also have the citadel coming up here, as well as some ranges starting across our production cities. But I need to be careful with wood. Like, each of the Kushites is like 100, and if I'm upgrading them from light chariots, I also paid 50 for the light chariots, so it's 150 a piece. I've got a decent wood income right now, but not too much. Our Byrene that I wanted to get faster travel around here popped out on the other side, since we had this one tile here that I didn't realize. So I'm just keeping it around here, soaking some hits. Also harvesting some fish. One of the fish harvest events can give you science. Also build a scout down here to like scout some more here and get some harvesting done. Like elephants can give you science, which I don't think I've gotten this game. There's olives, which could give us science, which is probably another one here. Not sure if this is part of the center resources that are not quite spread around the center cities, or if these are part of the mirrored resource setup. I'm not sure what else we could get. Game can usually give you science. Goats, but I don't think I can spare harvesting this all the time. Yeah, just trying to get a fort down here, finishing up our stronghold here to have some defenses here. He cannot quite move forward. He reaches towards this, but if he moves forward towards here, we basically need to retreat. We even need to cancel these. Might be prudent to just cancel this and start a fort right now. I'm not sure. We have 2 chariots in here. We can upgrade next turn if he's moving forward. Kind of important. None of these have Horsebane though, which is unfortunate. This upgraded strike might have just needed. Might have been better to wait till after the upgrade, since you get another chance at different traits. He has 1 Horsebane, double combat, only a quote-unquote only a tactician, but it can be quite annoying, since the spearmen will get retaliate damage. Well, spearmen have some decent promotion. I have 2 with Horsebane, I think. Yeah, this is coming up. There's another Horsebane. We pick those. We have that spear down here, which is also Horsebane, but probably keeping this to fight some more tribes. Our advantage is that we do have spearmen. He still has warriors. He hasn't upgraded yet. He has both spears and macemen available though, so I would expect him to upgrade these before making an attack. Like he had the spare iron for the Colossus, so he probably has the spare iron to upgrade these if he wanted to push. But he might just wait since he's seeing his science advantage, probably thinks he can get to cataphracts before us. So hopefully his diversion to machinery and windmills has delayed his science enough for us to be on parity in terms of cataphracts at least. Might have been a mistake to use our hero defensively. Probably when seeing that he had no spearmen, might have been better to just get a quick Bireem out and use the movement to just rush in and kill units. But I was afraid of his cataphract archers and his peltast, which I did have no vision of at the time, so didn't quite trust I had the power to push through here. But the power of launch offensive is quite big, so might have made a mistake holding, not using that. So let's look at some of the other stats. Population, not that many specialists, like only half our citizens are converted, not quite as what I would like to look at, although a big portion of those is in the capital producing civics via the poets. So only 7 units produced so far. It's only 1 spearman produced, really surprising. Most of those must have been mercenaries then. So currently sitting at 30 technologies and a bunch of improvements. Mostly getting quarries up and lumber mills at these last few turns. Like 1 or 2 mines, I think, as well. Military score looking at 3.3k. Quick look at the resource prices. I've sold a bunch of food around here. We have quite a bit of spare food. Like our unique unit costs a lot, but not quite building that many. Wood shooting up as we're finishing our lumber mills. Stone also going up. Iron going up a bit. Food stagnating for now. There's some fish and other few more resources I can bring online. But river farms are what gives the huge food bonus to Egypt. Orders steadily going up. One thing is our religion hasn't been spreading very much these past 2 turns. I think it's 9 cities of myself for Egypt and 12 cities for Persia, so he's has more spread, but I think he also got Revelation enacted earlier, so not too surprising. Still, we would like a few more cities. Most of our disciples are sitting idle. Might even think about using one or 2 of those, maybe just 1 to spread the religion. Like the Cleric cities give us 2 order per temple, so might be worth it. Might be worth thinking about. So money has been going down again. Not quite sure the reason for that is. I think one is one of the laws I enacted. I had quite a bit of upkeep. Can we see this? Laws. The tooltip pop-up still not quite working. It's a look at the laws in here. Yeah, orthodoxy costs us 70 gold per turn. So instead of rushing with money, we are trying to rush with orders when we can. Still having 17 over, just thinking about where I can spend these in for rushing this turn. Pretty much finished with all the other moves. So science going up, picking up the probably last turn when we picked up intelligence, so that's quite a big jump. It was a 25 to 30 science, I think. This contender is just... This is going along, probably... Not sure if this is a law enacted or some kind of cold soldier dying. Yeah, so basically trying to get to cataphracts as fast as possible. We both have scholars. He has the better scholar since he has huge amounts of charisma on his or her. So he currently is not even that high. We're almost the same right now. Surprising. This scholar is probably going to die. He is severely ill, but we can use our queen that's currently down here. I think we used it to rush. We did rush one inquiry in here. So, but I think we have another scholar. The thing is, she also has 4 courage, which is 30% training, which we quite like in here. The difference here is only 1 point of charisma, but she only has a single point. But even that, it's like a 6% versus 20%, so it's 14%. So we have to see, like, she gets 2.3 and our queen gets 7 points, so it's 5 civics. That's quite a bit. So we also built quite a few archives since we have a scholar leader, just trying to push our science up. Basically everything that's not too busy, and for some of the that are busy, we just used our orthodoxy to rush an archive 1 with orders. It's just about 8 orders per archive, and of course a single turn. So there's of course we're not sparing a turn in here, and we don't want to push up our this is not tell anymore. Ah no, he tells here. Yeah. So we are behind in science, behind in expansion, although not really in meaningful expansion in that there's not much infrastructure here yet. Well, our current cities are all have a pretty decent amount of improvements. So we are looking at an okay position, but still we are a bit behind, as we have most of the game just mismanaging our early expansion. Investing too much money in the early opinion from the religious leader instead of getting another settler out, getting our faster expansion done, as well as sending our scout in the wrong direction, downward instead of towards these food resources to harvest. I think it's this early mismanagement of our expansion that is now compounding and having delayed us all over the game. So yeah, just trying to hold down the fort, holding the line here, and bracing for impact, trying to get to Clerics earlier, at least at the same time as him. So see you in another 10 turns.